Hello, and welcome to the Parenting Science Coaching Certification by the Parenting Science Institute, presented by myself, Melissa Dreskis. So, before we get into this program, I want to talk a little bit about why parent coaching. Why is this something that you should be really excited getting into? So the parent coaching industry, it's part of a $1.9 billion personal coaching industry. You probably know that there's life coaches and personal coaches for all aspects of life and business, and parent coaching is solidly a part of that group. Entry-level coaches can charge between $100 and $200 per hour, with some experienced coaches charging up to $600 per hour. Now, that is from the National Coach Academy. Even as an experienced coach with years and years of experience, I don't charge $600 an hour because I want my services to be accessible by everyday people and to be able to help them through the struggles that they're having. But these are the ranges that you can actually make as a coach. So that's going to lead to you having financial independence, a flexible schedule, and give you the ability to work for yourself. Now, when we're talking about the parent aspect of coaching, 82% of parents show symptoms of parental burnout. Parents are looking for evidence based support and assurance that they're doing the right thing for their child. I'm a parent, I have this background, and I'm still seeking that out. So, traditional therapy or counseling, that's an option, but it's often more than what's actually needed for that support and guidance that the parent needs. And therapy is going to be focused more on the individual, the parent, not so much of the parent child relationship or the process of parenting. Now, that's a generalization. There, can definitely be therapists or counselors that have that background and training in parenting science. But again, a lot of times it's not going to be specific to parenting and the issues and stressors that come from being a parent. And that's where parent coaching steps in. So, becoming a parenting science certified coach through our program is going to allow you to provide a service with a huge need. There are so many parents out there that are looking for this information and this type of supporting services that are not as in depth as therapy. It's also going to allow you to provide evidence based services that work. So everything that I'm doing, it is based off of various disciplines of science to support parenting science, child development, all of that. So our work is going to be based in behaviorism, in neuroscience, in cognitive psychology. So you're going to actually have the information and the research articles to back up what it is that you're doing. We're not just going in there and winging it and hoping that this advice we're making up works. No, it's all going to be evidence-based information that you're getting that you can apply to your coaching services. It's also going to allow you to become an entrepreneur while doing meaningful work. You can go out there and start your own business doing anything, but it's something special to be able to do that while doing work that is meaningful and that is impacting positively other people's lives. You're also going to be able to join a network of coaches with ongoing support with an option to actually work as a PSI coach. That means getting referrals, getting marketing materials, getting set up on our website without you having to do any of that technical work. So that's going to be an option as you complete this coaching certification or potentially sooner, depending on what your background is. And then it's also going to allow you to improve your own parenting skills and relationships, not just with your children, but with other people around you. As you're going to learn about all of these concepts that are related to parenting, it's going to help you understand just everybody that's around you and look at issues, communication, and challenges through a new perspective of these sciences that you're going to be learning. So, who is this for? This is for a variety of people. So, one is aspiring parent coaches. So, maybe you're already a parent coach, you're passionate about supporting parents and families, and you're looking for a structured, science based training program to become a certified parent coach with PSI. Or maybe you're a professional in a related field, such as behavior analysis, speech therapy, psychology, education, or healthcare, and you're looking to expand your skill set and offer parent coaching services either in your current line of work or maybe even transitioning to a new career path where you can do this full time. And this can also be for parents and caregivers, of course, those who want to deepen their understanding of child development, enhance your parenting skills, gain valuable insights to navigating the challenges of raising children, and of course, turn all of this information into a profitable career that you can do, on a flexible schedule, on your own time, and from home, which is so ideal when you are a parent raising children. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Melissa Druskis. I have a bachelor's degree in speech language pathology and audiology, and I worked as an SLP assistant for 6 years. So, I provided in home speech therapy services to children aged 1 through 16 years old. I don't think I had much older than that. And we worked on articulation issues, language delays and disorders, oral motor dysfunction, developmental delays, neurological conditions, really all of that affected speech and language. So it wasn't like a specific population, it really encompassed many diagnoses and age ranges. And then, of course, I also assisted with parent education and training, helping parents carry over these skills that we were working on to the home outside of therapy. And then following that, I got my master's degree in applied cognition and neuroscience, where I did a research in working memory and neuroplasticity. While getting my master's degree, I was still working as a speech language pathologist assistant, and I did work with a lot of kids with autism. And there were several experiences where I had been working with a client for, a year or months, trying to get communication, and they would start ABA therapy, and all of a sudden they were talking. This was such a huge deal for me that I had to explore that further. I shadowed their therapy in ABA, and I really looked into it more. And with my background in speech and my master's degree in neuroscience, I qualified to get additional coursework and become a BCBA. So that's what I did after getting my master's degree. So I took a graduate certification program in applied behavior analysis. And then in 2015, I sat for the exam and became a board certified behavior analyst, or a BCBA. And I've been doing that since then, so almost 10 years at this point. And through that, I worked with children and adults with autism. We worked on skill acquisition, which included language and communication skills, daily living skills, vocational skills for those teens and adults, and also social skills. We would also focus on decreasing challenging behavior, and there was a huge aspect of parent training and education for parents to be able to understand what was happening with their children and how they can change things at home by changing their own behavior. And then I also have graduate level trauma informed coaching experience where I was taught trauma development and recovery, how this tied into neuroscience, polyvagal theory, attachment theory, positive psychology. It was internal family systems informed. And then I also have a narcissist abuse specialization through that training as well. And currently, I am getting a second master's degree in social work with a focus on mental health and substance abuse, focusing on clinical social work and neurofeedback and biofeedback. So, shortly after becoming a BCBA, I also started my first company, ABC Behavior Training. This is geared directly towards behavior analysts, where I create digital resources, books, planners, trainings and workshops, mentorship, consultation, and a podcast and blog. Really all geared towards providing resources and expanding the skill set of behavior analysts. Now, more recently, I also created Parenting Science Institute, which is who is hosting this training. There's a couple of aspects to this. So, one is, of course, it's for parents, where I do parent coaching, trainings, and workshops. I provide resources and education. And then, of course, a coaching certification, which is the program that you're in right now. And coming soon will be a podcast and a parent planner, and I'm sure even more resources after that. So, through my parent coaching, I work on behavioral skills, behavioral concerns with parents, skill development, parental stress and burnout. And I mostly get my referrals from pediatricians, dentists, daycares and schools, therapists, and also word of mouth from other parents that have had services with me. And on top of that, we can't forget that I think one of my biggest ways that I get my experience is through being a parent. I have two daughters, Lorelai, who's 5 years old, and Charlotte, who is one. That's a picture of us from Easter and Easter egg hunts in our backyard. Lorelai, she's very independent, which is a positive way to say that, like, half the time that I give her instructions, she's like, no, I don't want to do it. Even with my background, that still happens. So you're going to go through this program, and your kids are still going to have those times of not listening to you. But that independence is definitely a great skill as she gets older, a little more challenging for a 5-year-old. She's athletic, very clever, and loving. Charlotte is so sweet and curious. She is determined, usually determined to get around my gate and get up the stairs. And she's also very funny. I could write a book about these two. But having these girls has given me so much experience, and it's such a humbling experience as well, especially when you come into parenthood. You have this really strong background in working with kids and, you know, coaching other parents of what to do. And then you have your own, and you're like, wow, this is different. And they're not listening to me either. So it is okay. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. We do not aim for perfection. No parent is perfect. Not me, not you, not your clients. As you go through this workshop, I'm probably going to give you lots of examples about how my parenting is not always perfect. But our goal is to do the best that we can do as parents and also for our children based off of the science that's out there. We don't need 100% perfection. We just need to do the right thing most of the time. So, we're going to be aiming to improve the lives of parents and really their children through education, compassion, guidance, and support. Knowledge is power, and sometimes all it takes to shift us in the right direction is a deeper understanding of the processes at work in our own lives. Through that knowledge, we can evaluate what's going on in the moment and make changes to our reactions. And that's really a big part of it and the big part of the education that we're going to be going over. So, the mission of PSI is to guide parents through the maze of modern parenting challenges, offering practical solutions and support every step of the way. That can include managing challenging behaviors such as tantrums and defiance, to navigating the complexities of ADHD and autism. So, we're here to empower parents with the tools they need to thrive. And whether it's fostering healthy attachment bonds or supporting children through divorce or trauma, or promoting positive mental health and well being, we are going to be using evidence based strategies and compassionate guidance to help families flourish. Our mission is to be a trusted partner on the parenting journey, offering expertise, understanding, and unwavering support to parents facing a diverse array of challenges. And depending on your background, you may focus in one area as opposed to another, or maybe you have no experience with, kids and families with autism, so you probably won't work with that population as much. You're going to find the area that you are passionate about the most, and that is the area that you can go into and focus on with your parents and, you know, relatedly through their children, even though you won't be working with the children directly. Now, for our coaching certification, we are again going to be exploring modern parenting science with our innovative coaching program at PSI. This is a meticulously crafted curriculum that we are looking at that dynamic blend of research driven insights and practical strategies to empower you to be a confident and informed parent coach. There are other coaching certifications out there for parent coaches. None of them are as long as this one, none of them are as detailed, and they also don't come to you with the background of such a diverse range of sciences, putting it all together to give you all of the parenting science information that you need. So, our program is going beyond traditional coaching methods. We are looking at research in neuroscience, behavior analysis, child development, and trauma informed care. Through this combination, along with our interactive lectures, practical exercises, and hands on experience, you're going to learn how to effectively support parents in addressing a wide range of challenges, from behavior management to sibling rivalry to sleep issues and potty training. You are going to be equipped with all the information that you need to help the parents that you're working with. So let's take a look at what we're going to be going over throughout this coaching certification program. So there's going to be 4 different sections followed by a capstone and mentorship. Section 1 is going over the foundations of parenting science, where you are going to get information, some basic information about multiple disciplines, including behavioral science, neuroscience, psychology, as well as taking a look at typical child development patterns. In section 2, we're going to go over practical parenting strategies. So, how to address everyday parenting struggles that are most common with evidence based strategies that can be easily implemented through your parent coaching sessions. In section 3, we'll look at navigating complex parenting. So, we're going to go beyond just those everyday issues into more specialized areas of parenting, including difficult transitions, discipline, parenting children with mental health diagnoses, and reducing parental stress and burnout. And then in section 4, we are going to focus exclusively on coaching and skill development and what that looks like. So we'll look at the skills that you need to be an effective coach. That includes building rapport, empathetic communication skills, coaching models and techniques, and then how to manage your own stress and self care as you are helping other people get through their issues and concerns. And then finally, there's going to be the capstone and mentorship. So, this capstone project and mentorship will begin as you start working with parents as a parent coach. So, this additional time is going to allow you to gain confidence and competency while under the guidance of an experienced mentor. Now, each section, except for the capstone and mentorship, it's going to include 7 weeks of instructions with breaks for holidays if you are attending the live launch of this course. There's going to be a 2 week break between sections to allow you to work on your end of section assignment. And it should take you about 9 to 12 months, including the capstone and mentorship. But this is self paced with no expiration date, so you can go through it at your own pace with whatever works for you. So there's not going to be an expiration date on your access to the course or the support that you can get. So each section is going to have weekly lectures, weekly Q&As, weekly assignments to apply that topic, and then a final integrative assignment to comprehensively apply all of the concepts that you've learned from that section into a final project. None of this should really take too much time, even the weekly assignments. I don't think they're very lengthy, and they're also going to be a lot of stuff that is helpful to you to be able to understand how you're going to explain what you do to other people or to create resources that you can use in your parent coaching. And then there's also going to be a reading assignment of one chosen book for each section, chosen by you from a list that I have, that's going to go more in depth in certain topics that we're covering in that section. And then you're also going to get access to a study guide workbook for each section as well. So you can fill that out and use that as you wish to make sure that you understand and are retaining the information through each week. This coaching program is really like no other that is out there. It is going to be based off of graduate level information, off of evidence based research, and you are going to get expert level support along the way throughout the entire program. So I hope that you really enjoy this, that you learn a lot from it, and you learn information that you can apply to parents that you're working with to make a real difference in their lives and the lives of their children and families.